Hello everyone, this video is second part of the video series conditional formatting. If you didn't see the first part, I strongly recommend you to see the first part before this video. Link is given in the description, you can check it there. In this video, we will study various options of top-bottom rules, adding data bars, color scales and icon sets. So let's begin. At first, we are checking top-bottom rules in conditional formatting. First one is top 10 items. Here I have taken 15 values in order to make it understand much easier. But it will work in the same manner if the value is unordered. I am selecting the area we need to highlight. Now click on conditional formatting, top-bottom rules, top 10 items. Since we have 15 values, top 10 values from 6 to 15 get highlighted. We can change the number of values to get highlighted here. Suppose we need only top 5 values to get highlighted. Then we need to give 5 here. So the top 5 values will get highlighted. Here we have a set of predefined formats. Even we can give our own custom format. So how to give custom format we have already seen in the first part of conditional formatting video. Hence I am not explaining it again. Click on OK. Likewise, we have bottom 10 items. We can use it to highlight a specific number of lower values as we did for the top ones. Next one is the top 10%. It is used to highlight top values which are equivalent to X percentage of the data we have given. In our case, we have 15 values. So 10% of 15 equals 1.5 rounded to 1. So it will highlight top 1 value. Like previous cases, it is not just limited to 10%. We can change it as per our need. If I need top 30% to get highlighted, I can give 30. Then 30% of 15 equals 4.5 rounded to 4. So top 4 cells will get highlighted. Next one is bottom 10%. Similar to previous option, it is used to highlight lower X percentage of total data. So let's check what happens if top or bottom values have a duplicate. If there is duplicates, then those duplicate values will also get considered. We will check this in the case of top 10 items. I am giving top 3 to get highlighted. Hence 13, 14 and 15 gets highlighted. If I am making duplicate of 14, then highlight of 13 gets removed because in this table top 3 values are 14, 14 and 15. If I am adding one more 14, then it will also get highlighted. Here 4 cells get highlighted but the unique values are 2, that is 14 and 15. So it will keep on highlighting all duplicates if the unique values satisfies our condition. In the above 4 cases, number of cells that get highlighted depends on the number of cells which have numeric data in the selection. Which all cells will get highlighted depends upon the value of each cell in selected range. This is the reason we have taken percentage of number of cells instead of values in the cell. Next is formatting cells which have above average value. Here for highlighting, it is not considering the count of cell, instead it is using the values of the cell. First select the range, click on conditional formatting, top bottom rules, above average. Select a formatting option and click on OK. All cells which have values above the average of total cell values got highlighted. To understand better, we can calculate average of these values separately. Equals average I will explain writing mathematical equations in another video. We have average value of 17.8. So all cells which have value greater than 17.8 will get highlighted. I am changing value of 2 cells. The new average is 25.46. So all cells which have value greater than 25.4 will get highlighted. Below average is also exact same function, but it will highlight values which are below the average value. So next option is data bar. Data bars are somewhat similar to bar chart, but the difference is that bar chart is added as an object in different location, whereas data bars are inserted inside the cell. Using data bar is good in cases where there is less variation in the value of data. Select the data range and click on conditional formatting, data bar. There are two predefined sections for formatting, that is gradient fill and solid fill. As the name suggests, gradient fill uses gradient coloring for bar and solid fill uses solid color. There is no difference other than color for the predefined set. Length of the bar is proportional to the value in the cell. The maximum and minimum values are automatically taken from the range we have selected. Suppose we have negative values, the rule is applied to those values also. I am changing two values to negative. So bar is added to negative direction also. One thing we need to note is that data bars use only one axis. We can add various other custom options using more rules, but that we will check in separate video. Next one is color scales. Color scale is almost similar to data bar. Here, instead of changing length of the bar, color of the cell is varying according to the value of the cells. Select the range, click on conditional formatting, color scales. The first predefined option uses three sets of colors where highest value is marked as green, lowest as red and middle value as yellow. Values in between uses a gradual transition color from highest to lowest. You can go through other predefined sets. Advanced options we will check in another video. Next is icon sets. It is also used to represent variations in data graphically. Here set of icons are used instead of bar or color gradient. Select the range of the cell, click on conditional formatting, icon sets. There are predefined icon sets under category directional, shape, indicators, rating. Any of these can be selected according to our need and context. Some icon sets have only 3 icons and some have up to 5. If I need to give an icon to cells above a specific value, below a specific value and in between the upper and the lower limit, then I can select icons which have a set of 3 icons. So in this case, it will give an up green arrow to the top cells and yellow horizontal arrow to medium values and down red arrow for lower values. If I have more number of ranges in between, I have to select icon sets which have more icons. By default, it will divide our data range in equal parts and assign the icons accordingly. We can change it by editing the rule conditions using manage rule option. But manage rule option and creating custom rules we will check in next video. Till then, keep familiarizing with default options available. If you like the video, share with your friends, subscribe and support. See you in next video. Bye bye.